Welcome back to math. Here we go. We are on lesson 2.12. So you need to go to your supply bag and you need to grab a pencil, possibly some crayons, and also lesson 2.12. Once you have that stuff, come on back and we will start the lesson. Okay, lesson 2.12. Solve multi-step problems using equations. How can you represent and solve multi-step problems using equations? All right, so we're going to unlock this first problem. Now, if you don't know a name when you're reading a math problem, it's okay to just say it how it looks. So in this case, I'm going to call this person Chris Marys. Chris Marys' computer has 3 hard drives with 64 gigabytes of space each, and 2 hard drives with 16 gigabytes of space each. The file on her computer uses 78 gigabytes of space. How much hard drive space does her computer have left? All right, so first off, what are we trying to figure out? How much space her computer has left. One way to do this, use multiple single-step equations. Find how much hard drive space is on 3 hard drives with 64 gigabytes of space each. So we could draw a bar model. That's this little picture right here. And in each one, 64, 64, 64. 3 times 64 equals n. N is the number we're looking for. So 64 times 3 is 12. Regroup. 3 times 6 is 18. Plus 1, 19. So there is 192 gigabytes on those 3 hard drives. Now we need to go down here and find out how much space is on 2 hard drives with 16 gigabytes. So once again, we have 16, 16, and this time they chose P. You could use X, Y. You don't want to use N because you used N up here. And I can guarantee these two numbers are not going to be the same. So 16 times 2, 16 times 2 is 8. I'm sorry, that's not 8. That would be adding. Whoops. Hope you haven't made that mistake. 6 times 2 is 12. Regroup. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. That means that the P stands for 32 gigabytes. Okay, the next step, find the total hard drive space on the computer. So now we're going to use another bar model, but this one's addition. So we're going to go 92 plus 32 equals A. Well, 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 9 is 12. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 224. 224 gigabytes of space total. But that's not the answer. Remember, the answer was how much space is left if this uses 78. So this one down here, now our bar model looks like this. We have Y because it's the space in here that we want to know that has left. And we have 78 is the amount we've already used, but the total is 224. So if we take 224 minus 78, this has regrouping, so I'm going to write it a way that's easier for me to solve it. And I'm going to regroup. That becomes a 1, this becomes a 14, that becomes a 6. 1, can't do it, have to regroup. That becomes a 1, this becomes 11, this becomes a 4. So she has how much space left? 146. So Chris Mary has 146 gigabytes of hard drive space left on her computer. Wasn't hard. It's a lot of work, a lot of writing, a lot of math, but the problem definitely was not hard. It's using all the skills we've already learned. So I'm pretty sure if we keep going, we can do this. Turn the page. Another way you could have done this. The order of operations is a special set of rules that gives the order in which calculations are done in an expression. First, multiply and divide from left to right. Then add and subtract from left to right. So use this one multi-step equation. 64, 64, 64, 16, 16, 78, this space. So here's how it looks. 3 times 64 plus 2 times 16 minus 78 equals n. So this is just one big problem. It's all the steps we did on the last page, but now they've turned it into one problem. So once again, 3 times 64 is 192. 2 times 16 is 30. I'm sorry. Doesn't want me to multiply that yet. Times 2. So we're just rewriting the problem back out. Okay, now we have 92, 192. And then we're going to take and do this part of the problem. 2 times 16 is 32. And then we're going to subtract 78. So now we're going to add 192 plus 32 equals 200. Whoops, not 224. Is that right? 224 minus 78. Well, if we minus that out, we end up with 146. Okay. Now it's your turn. Go to the share and show. And I want you to try and write the problem just like above on number 1. Then on 2, 3, 4, and 5, you're welcome to use a lined piece of paper and solve it whatever way works best for you. Okay, go ahead and pause. Come back if you get stuck. Welcome back. Here we go. Use the order of operations to find the value of n. Well, 5 times 17, that's the first part. So over here, I'm going to go 17 times 5. 7 times 5 is 35. Regroup. 5 times 1 is 5. Add 3 more is 8. So my first number right here is 85. And then all I have to do is write out the 5 the 20, and the 32. Okay, next step, write 85. Now we have 5 times 20. Well, I can do that one in my head because 5 times 2 is 10. So 5 times 20 is 100. And then you're going to write 32. Now it wants us to add 85 and 100. 185 minus 32. So over here on the next step, you're going to take 185 and subtract 32. 3, 5, 1. So our answer is 153. Man, that problem looked really scary, but in the end, was it? No, not at all. Okay. Solve says find the value of n. So we're going to start at the top. We've got 3 times 22. 3 times 22. So I'm going to write 3 times 22. 6, 6, so it's 66. Plus 7 times 41 minus 24. Well, now I'm going to do 41 times 7, 28. So now I have 66 and 287 added together. 1, 2, 2. Minus 24, so I'm going to write 221 minus 24. Regroup. 7. Regroup. 9. 197. Well, I don't know about you, but if I'm going to do any more of these problems, I'm going to need a lined piece of paper. So I'm going to go grab that while you continue working. Okay, I'm back and I have my paper. How you doing? Let's do the next problem. Number 3. We have 4 times 34 plus 6 times 40 minus 66. So we're going to go 34 times 4. And we're going to do 40 times 6. Okay, let's do these problems first. 4 times 4, 16. Regroup. 4 times 3, 12. Plus 1, 13. 6 times 0, 0. 6 times 4, 240 is the answer on that one. Okay, so we've done this and we've done this. Now we need to add those two together. So I'm going to take 240, 136, and I'm going to add them. 6, 7, 3. 376. Okay, now I've done this add part. Now I'm going to minus it. 376 minus 66. Be careful when you rewrite a problem. If you write the wrong problem, are you going to get the right answer? So always check to make sure you wrote the right numbers in the right order. 6 minus 6, 0. 7 minus 6, 1. 3 minus nothing, 3. 310. All right, number 4. Here we go. 62 times 2. Whoops, that's a little high. And then 8 times 22. So 22 times 8. Okay. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 6, 12. 8 times 2, 16. Regroup. 8 times 2, 16, 17. All right, that wasn't too bad at all. Add them together. 176, 124. Add those numbers up. 10, regroup. 9, 10, regroup. 300. Okay, so now we're going to take 300 and minus 53. So remember, if we have a 0, can we take anything away from it? No. So if all of a sudden you subtracted this and all of a sudden you end up with 353, did you really take anything away from 300? Okay, let's make sure we do it right. Here we go. Regroup. Oh, can't take anything from this because that's also a 0, so I got to go clear over here, make that a 2. That makes this a 10. Then I can take from that 10, make it a 9. That makes this a 10. So 10 minus 3, 7. 9 minus 5, 4. 2 minus nothing, 2. 247. 247. Okay, last one. Here we go. 13 times 6, 34 times 9, 6 times 3, 18, regroup. 6 times 1, 6, plus 1, 7. 9 times 4, 36, regroup. 9 times 3, 27, plus 3, 30. Add those together. Six plus 8, 14. 7 plus 1, 8. 3. 384. But we're not done because we still have to subtract 22. 4 minus 2 is 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. 3 minus nothing is 3. 362. Okay, here's our answers for the Sharon Show. 85, 5, 20, 32, 85, 132, 85, 32, 153, 197, 310, 247, 362. How'd you do? Good. Turn the page. Here we go. You are now to the on your own. You are going to answer all of these questions and then come back and I will give you the answers. So go ahead and pause and work on the problems on your own. Okay, welcome back. Let's see how you did. Check your answers against mine. Remember, if you got one wrong, go back and try again. Number 6, 451. Number 7, 173. Number 8, 160 stamps and cards. Number 9, 274 marbles and shells. Number 10, the coach has $60 left. Remember, you have to explain your answer. Here's how I explained it. First, I found the amount for bagels. Then I found the amount for muffins. Then I found the cost of the socks. 144 minus 84 equals 60. All right, if you turn the page over, we're not doing this today. You're going to get plenty of practice right here. So go to the practice page. You're going to do 1 through 7, and then you'll go back to the Google Classroom. Open the Google slide and put your answers in. Then you can submit it for a score.